Chrisean Rock always seems to be surrounded by trouble, and the most recent chapter of her turbulent existence is a flurry of drama with her on-again, off-again lover Blueface. This time, the breakdown happened after it was revealed that Chrisean was expecting a child with her new partner. It was revealed that Blueface didn't exactly handle life behind bars. He expressed his displeasure, and his response only made the situation worse. Before leaving to complete his term, Blueface allegedly permitted Chrisean to leave their shared house. But now that she's moving on, the emotional impact of that gesture feels all too real. Blueface's reaction to the situation hasn't gone unnoticed, and it led to a verbal sparring match between the two. Despite Chrisean's numerous tattoos that are dedicated to him, the relationship has reached a whole new level of public spectacle as both parties air their grievances on social media, accusing him of disloyalty and suggesting he was up to no good even while incarcerated. Blueface, she announced that she was getting her iconic face tattoo removed, saying, "I'm taking my time with it," during a conversation about the process. While some questioned whether she was truly ready to let go, it seemed clear that she was serious about getting that tattoo removed. Her quick transition to a new chapter in her life has raised eyebrows just when it seemed like she was getting serious with NCAA athlete Titan Newton Chrisean, who introduced yet another new man, leaving fans stunned. Chapter behind her at least, for the time being, but Chrisean's vows to move on have historically been infamously short-lived. Following the public revelation of Blueface's relationship with Little Mayu, Chrisean openly expressed her jealousy by tweeting, "The duo we didn't, no we needed," and even releasing a song that openly mocked their romance. Nevertheless, she ultimately took Blueface back when he pleaded for a reunion, but the cycle has taken a darker turn with reports that, in a rare moment of support, Blueface's mother, who has long disapproved of Chrisean, cheered as she celebrated Chrisean's apparent decision to move on. "Won't he do it?" she asked, expressing a rare moment of joy for the end of their relationship. Chrisean is pregnant with Blue Eye's child, but accusations of her infidelity with Titan have also surfaced, and her behavior has drawn criticism from fans concerning her drinking and smoking during her pregnancy. After hearing about Chrisean's new relationship, Blueface allegedly urged his father to take her possessions out of their shared house. As if things couldn't get stranger, he still stirs things up even while incarcerated. A strange video that Blueface shared on Instagram also featured a woman who said they had been dating since 2015. Her story's timeline revealed some troubling details that suggested Blueface may have been visiting her while still seeing Chrisean and other people, raised questions about how Blueface was able to communicate so freely from prison. While using illegal phones is common in prison, the fact that he shared this video publicly with his enormous fan base raises questions about who is assisting him with these communications and why he would be so careless in broadcasting it in typical Blueface fashion. He has been unapologetically messy even from prison, further solidifying his reputation as the king of drama, despite widespread worries that his careless actions could eventually land him in trouble, put him permanently behind bars. Instead of being a string of mistakes, many people think his acts are anything but impulsive. Rather, they seem to be a purposefully planned component of a bigger plan to keep him in the spotlight and control his story. Blueface is currently confined in prison, apart from his typical afternoon hangouts with friends like Chrisean and Jaden. His boredom appears to be affecting him, as he has few choices for amusement or diversion and has resorted to increasingly unpredictable, and the absence of the typical distractions seems to have had the opposite effect on Blueface, who seems to have sunk deeper into a pattern of provocative behavior that garners as much attention as it causes trouble. It's almost as if he's become addicted to the chaos, finding ways to make his name known even when his freedom has been taken away. Having to be watched all the time has led to some strange decisions. There is nothing more shocking than Blueface's recent announcement that a different woman is his wife came as a shock to many, because there have been rumors that he and his intermittent partner, Chrisean Rock, got married while he was in prison last year. If these rumors are accurate, Blueface's announcement about his new wife has only heightened the drama that already simmered between him and his relationship with Chrisean Rock and his other relationships. Both Blueface's admirers and detractors are baffled by this fresh revelation regarding his relationship with Chrisean, who has frequently appeared in his life. How could someone who is under trying circumstances accuse someone else of being his spouse? This action seems like another attempt to heighten the drama for attention, but it's not just the marriage announcement that has raised eyebrows. It's evident that Blueface thrives on stirring things up. Eyebrows Blue faces persistent antics, while incarcerated point to a deeper desire to maintain relevance and control the narrative, even in a small space with no access to the outside world, in the usual sense. Because he is unable to physically interact with people, he has been using social media as an outlet to share details about his life, express his thoughts, and, perhaps most importantly, throw subtle or not-so slights directed at everyone around him. This need for continual approval and attention affects not only his personal relationships, but also has produced a toxic environment where everyone seems to be enmeshed in his drama, whether it's his tense relationship with his family or his complex history with Chrisean. Blueface appears determined to keep the spotlight at all costs, as evidenced by his actions while incarcerated, which include calling someone else his wife and making fun of his son's medical issues. Imply that Blueface's desire for chaos is not only deliberate, but also a part of who he is. His actions are a strategy rather than the result of his reckless tendencies, and it appears that as long as he is incarcerated, his antics will only get worse, whether he is making strange announcements or disparaging anyone who gets in his way. Blueface has discovered a new method to remain relevant as a Chrisean, and his intermittent companion hasn't done anything to stop him. The drama doesn't end there, though, as she swiftly followed up by calling Blueface out for his problematic conduct and accusing him of being disloyal, even while incarcerated. Blueface has an equally chaotic family dynamic. After the turbulent relationship between Chrisean and Blueface took another turn for the worse, his mother, Carissa, who has never been a fan of Chrisean, rationalized the decision to cut out Chrisean from their life, adding even more tension to this already complex scenario. But it's hard to ignore the jealousy bubbling up. With 2025 arriving, it's clearer than ever that Blueface and Chrisean relationship was toxic long before they had a baby together, and the arrival of their child hasn't done anything to smooth over the tension, Carissa said, urging everyone to heal and reconsider their connections. You need to take her new man and his family into account. Damage. Although she claimed to be done with Blueface, she frequently found herself back in his arms whenever he begged for reconciliation. This pattern has continued, but this time things feel different because Chrisean is now pregnant with Mop's Blue Eyes child, and some of her responses, like smoking and drinking, were harsh. The public wasn't surprised when Blueface started dating another woman. Amid all of this, Jaden, anticipating, has caused backlash, as the back and forth between Jaden and Blueface exacerbated the already tangled situation. Another woman connected to Blueface's tangled life weighed in. She tweeted about her frustration with Blueface, calling him out for being a deadbeat dad, Chrisean. Instead of remaining silent, she responded on Blueface's side, furthering the rift between the two women. She pointed out how Blueface had been neglecting his kids, even boasting about ignoring calls. Chrisean persisted, and Carissa's involvement further complicated matters. Even though things are still going on, neither Christian nor Jaden is able to completely escape Blueface's hold, which leads to further toxic interactions on the internet. Chrisean accused Blueface's mother of using their kids as leverage, adding to the tension. When Chrisean retaliated against Jaden for taking opposing stances, pointing out how she moved from supporting Blueface to becoming pregnant by someone else, Chrisean accused Jaden of being desperate and hypocritical. A seemingly endless circle of drama from which there is no way out. With no obvious way out, the scenario is like a maelstrom of unsolved issues, broken promises, and damaged feelings that both ladies are caught in. Fans are watching this unfold, with a mixture of curiosity and amazement, not knowing what will happen next, but knowing that this drama is far from over. After seeing Chrisean with her new lover, Titan Newton, Blueface. On social media, getting close with his history of instability and insecurity, Blueface's reaction when he sent his father to physically remove Chrisean and her son from his home wasn't shocking, but it adds another level of chaos to this relationship. After being thrown out, Chrisean unexpectedly acknowledged that she felt relieved, a rare moment of clarity in an otherwise turbulent time. Now that Blueface is sending threatening messages, Chrisean is left wondering what might happen next, and if he will even send people to. There is no indication that this crazy journey will end, and as the stakes rise, it seems like there is always another bombshell waiting to be revealed. Will the pandemonium finally subside after she and her son are gone? Fans can only observe as this narrative develops as the drama progresses. Things took a drastic turn a few days ago when Chrisean went live on Instagram to reveal the heartbreaking truth about the constant harassment she and her son Junior had endured from Blueface and his mother, Carissa. According to Chrisean, the attacks were very disproportionate, as Carissa allegedly used harsh comments to disparage her son because of his cognitive difficulties. Chrisean revealed that she first tried to forgive Blueface when he first crossed the line, even when he posted their son's private moments online, believing him to be truly sorry. However, over time, the truth became unavoidable, as Blueface allegedly took to social media to repost videos that made fun of Junior's health issues, further deepening the hurt. Despises Junior and tries to publicly humiliate him whenever possible. This was a turning point for her, and that she was divorcing him, and that she had regretfully married him in the first place. Chrisean said that she was gullible when she initially consented to marry Blueface, and that she did so out of fear, but that she is now taking charge of her life with a fresh sense of clarity. The decision came at a time when the public's criticism of her grew, especially after a video went viral showing Junior displaying signs of autism. The lack of support from both Blueface and Carissa drove Chrisean to the breaking point, and she ended their relationship permanently because she couldn't understand why Blueface kept abusing their son, especially since he had just 2 years prior shared private moments of Junior on Twitter. Christian's annoyance was evident as the statement, "When I stand up for myself, he can't handle it," encapsulated the psychological toll of dealing with Blueface. She saw his actions as more about control than concern, and it became evident that he was acting as an anchor to keep me back. She described it as though having him in her life was limiting her possibilities. As she considered how stuck she felt, Chrisean realized she could no longer let him control her decisions or her destiny. Chrisean continued to express her rage by sharing a recent instance in which she was trying to concentrate on her goals during a serious conversation when Blueface interrupted with his typical antics. Instead of confronting the woman, he started narrating stories about other women, one of whom even brought up Junior. She pointed out that her problem wasn't with the girl, but rather with Blueface himself, saying, "It's demonic, really demonic." Blueface posted the remark on his story, which fueled Christian's annoyance. She confessed to feeling the need to dim her light in order to avoid provoking him further, especially when it came to their son. It was a toxic cycle that she could no longer continue to reflect on the strange dynamics of their relationship. Her disgust was clear, as she described his ongoing disrespect toward their child as on another level. Chrisean also admitted that she had been answering Blueface's calls out of fear, not love. "I shrink myself when I talk to him," she said. While the road ahead is undoubtedly challenging, Chrisean has made it clear that she can no longer allow herself or her son to be subjected to the cruelty and manipulation from Blueface and his family. She followed and then unfollowed his own mother, claiming it was not out of genuine affection, but rather out of manipulation and control. She appears determined to regain her power, protect her child, and move forward in a way that demonstrates her resolve. More constructive and healthful path.